Well, we're here for the first screening of short stories, Tales of a Kiosk. We're just getting it all set up here and it's getting quite exciting. We're now expecting about 150 odd people maybe coming a bit later on. We might have to screen it maybe a couple of times too.
The tradition of
everyone up here. But yeah, it's looking really good and it's quite exciting, so looking forward to tonight.
A few things before we get going in the evening. I want to thank everybody for coming this evening. It's an incredible crowd, absolutely incredible. I'd like to welcome Felicity Federico and Mike Norris, counselors for Bayside, both here. Thank you very much for coming. This documentary originally started out as a play about some of the wonderful characters that we had hanging around, and these wonderful characters would come here. They would share their fantastic stories of the history of Australia and wonderful anecdotes, and it just seemed to me that it would be a shame if those stories just disappeared and if those little anecdotes weren't sort of saved for history. As with most things in my life, I agreed with my wife when she said, "I think it's probably better as a documentary." And I said, "Yeah, you're probably right." So I approached Ben Warner. I approached my friend Ben Warner here and told him my idea and asked him if he'd like to be involved. He said he'd love to. And several years later, after working on it with Ben, we have Short Stories, Tales of a Kiosk. The initial idea was that we would do this as a pilot and then hopefully maybe get some interest from ABC or SBS and do a series of these around Australia, because I don't believe that this is the one place where people gather to share things in wonderful environments like this. Very quickly, I'd like to just thank my partner Ben for all his efforts and hard work, because I can guarantee that I know nothing about editing or filmmaking, but Ben is a genius with it, so he basically put it all together. To the wonderful musicians who wrote the score of the piece, Richie Brownlee over there, Andrew Sizemore, to the people who allowed us to film their thoughts and their stories and shared an awful lot with us over a couple of weeks. Mike Myers, Hank Prendergast, Graham Disney, Angie Reed, David Coburn, Jack Parker, the legendary Jack Parker. And to the two people that I miss the most down here, my friend Unk, who isn't here tonight, but we wish he was, and to the gentleman on the wall, who I share my thoughts with every single morning as I open the place, Basil Meni. On behalf of myself and my partner Ben Warner, I hope you enjoy it. Short Stories, Tales of a Kiosk.
I think the fact that the shed has been here for nigh on 100 years and for generations, sort of the epicentre for a whole host of Huckleberry Finns and Tom Sawyers and the female equivalent of that, of those. So it's just been an integral part of people's lives over...
And then my part used to come down and manage the shed. That was before Tatchell's had it.
You've got here of the boats full of pilchards that they were that they brought in, and then sometimes they would do it on the beach. They would see a whole show of White Bay.
And your poor gentleman, you got clear beer. The bottles was put upside a special wrap made for them. Definitely 10% it was.
It's a place people can identify with.
It means so
About
much to me.
almost
I
towards
think
the end of the
they've got to
screening.
stay.
Not,
They have to stay.
it looks like it's
You
going
can't-
well.
You know,
I
you
guess we'll
can't
wait and
just
see
say,
what
oh,
happens
well, you know,
shortly.
we'll knock this down and put
We
up
should talk to
something
this
new
guy
and
too.
beautiful. This is
I
beautiful.
think he's looking
And I
alright. He
don't
looks a little
believe
nervous,
that
but I think he's alright.
change is necessary.
The tradition of the shed here.
Nerve-wracking, scary, but exciting, fun. It started out that we were going to do something really small and tiny, and it ended up being this fantastic thing. And it was great because it's such a nice cross-section of customers who are customers for the kiosk, people who like the historical side of it, members of people's families. It was just a complete cross-section, even right down to ages. We had little kids, babies. The one little girl was lovely that was in the DVD as well, now grown up. I think the thing that's remarkable is the camaraderie of people here. A lot of these people don't even know each other, and yet they're here for the same reasons that a lot of people have been coming here for 100 years, and that is, it's just a really nice place to be. I hope that sense of community is what keeps this place going for another 100 years.
Amazing, yeah. I mean, just the amount of people that showed up, the response, it was, just incredible. And it was good to see like a lot of the family members of the people that were in the doco as well. It's just amazing to see it all put together because, I think I've watched this thing about 1 million times now, and when you have a screening like this, it's like you've seen it for the first time because you're seeing it through everyone else's eyes tonight. It comes back to you don't know how it's going to play out until you actually put it in front of people. And I'm just glad that germ of an idea that Colin had at the beginning, when he told me about it, that has come through in the end into the final product, and it's had the effect on the audience, just like how he said that it affected him when he first thought of it. So it's like kind of like a full circle, especially now that it was 4 years later since he first started, since he first brought the idea to me. Like I said, there's plenty of places in Australia, around the world that you could film and do exactly an episode like this on. So it'd be fabulous if we could just do a whole couple of hundred more.
Well, actually, the finished product for me tonight was really the first time I saw it with our soundtrack and everything all edited. I found it just really painted a really nice picture of the atmosphere and it was very honest. I thought it was very honest. People in the film, no one sort of had anything to gain from it other than just tell their story. And I just really enjoyed being part of it. And I think the music that we played, it was supposed to sit below, sort of underneath, and just come along and not be in your face. And I think it did that quite well. And I really thought it was a pleasure, the whole experience.
It's interesting for me because I hadn't seen the film at all before I came here tonight, and in fact was only told by Richie that we're going to be doing the soundtrack a couple of days, I think, before we actually recorded it, and he gave me a little bit of a rundown. He gave me a little bit of a rundown about what it was about, and we got a bottle of whiskey, and it was a Sunday afternoon, which, having seen the film and having seen the kiosk, all of a sudden seems very, very appropriate.
Sensational, really. Apart from enjoying it so much, at the end, and particularly with the last shot with Basil and Unc walking down the pier, naturally you choked at that. And I have been here for 25 years. Just summarised and encapsulated emotions that I wasn't able really to bring to bear myself. So Ben and Colin in the production did such a sensational job.
Oh, fantastic. So many great memories of Basil, and we were talking about Unc just then. Sass went and visited Unc 6 weeks ago, and there's so many great memories of all the great people that have been down here over the years. So,
as a historian, it makes sense now a little bit more, and the attraction to the place. Now I understand it. Coming from a small part of Ireland, a village, now I see why this place is, why I'm attracted to it.
Loved it, absolutely loved it. It was great. I'm Basil's daughter, one of the daughters, so there's 6 in the family, 3 boys and then 3 daughters, so I'm number 5. So, and Dad used to call me Izzy, and the grandchildren were all here, so it was heartwarming for all of us. Brilliant job, Colin and Ben, means the world to us, so it's got a personal meaning for us and Mike as well, we know.
Basil's my pop. I can see him up there.
It was very emotional, a lot of tears. I got to tell you, I had a few tears there. Big 5-star. I wish you all the best to all of you, and I hope to help SBS or Channel 2 or one of the commercial stations take it up. Well worth it. Thank you.